After the LG G4, which had too many factory errors and a poor chipset compared to the competitors, the LG have unveiled the G5 in 2016. Although it was on par with the competitors regarding specifications, with a removable battery and various modular accessories, it still didn't succeed in the market. This year we have a new kicker from the LG, the G6. This time also we have two main cameras, but this time we have two 13 megapixel sensors, one of which is regular, and the other one is wide angle, and this time without modular design. The thing that should single out the G6 from its competitors is its 5.7 inch 2880 by 1440 resolution screen, and with 18:9 aspect ratio. The thing that doesn't fit into this story of a 2017 flagship is the chipset, which is Qualcomm's Snapdragon 821 chipset, which we could see in the OnePlus 3T from September 2016. RAM is still at 4GB, and there are two storage options, 32 and 64GB. Alongside last year's chipset, we have the Sony's IMX258 sensor, which is now in the market for almost 2 years. The G6 is a water-resistant device up to 1.5 meters in depth and 30 minutes in duration. The starting price is on the same level as the competitors, and whether the G6 justifies its price, feel free to check in the rest of the video. The one thing that makes the G6 special is its 5.7-inch display. Although the screen is bigger than on the predecessors, the device itself has remained the same size as the G5. This is managed through stretching the screen towards the edges of the device and through thinning the bezels. The G6 uses the IPS display and can represent up to 16.7 million colors. Another great thing about the display of the G6 is its resolution. With this resolution and 5.7-inch diagonal, we get to 564 ppi, which is amazing. The aspect ratio is 18:9 and the resolution of the display is 2880 by 1440. Viewing angles are great, the screen is very sharp, and the only downside would be the under-saturated colors. Simply, when you compare the display to the one of the Samsung Galaxy S8, the colors just look washed up. As the G5, the G6 also has the always-on function. There's also the Dolby Vision for screen representation improvements. One of the biggest flaws of the G6 is that the glass used to protect the screen is the Gorilla Glass 3, while the G5, for example, had 4th generation glass. For the protection of the backside of the device, the 5th generation of the Gorilla Glass is used. This time as well, we have two main cameras. This time there are 13 megapixel sensors. Alongside the regular 13 megapixel camera, we have a 30 megapixel wide angle camera, but without the autofocus system. Both cameras use the same sensor, Sony's IMX258. It is a sensor which is on the market for almost 2 years, and it is used in Chinese manufacturers' middle-class devices. The regular camera covers the angle of 71 degrees, while the wide-angle camera covers the angle of 125 degrees. Also, the regular camera has a bigger aperture and the optical image stabilization. Pictures taken by the cameras of the G6 are of pretty good quality. The front-facing camera has the resolution of 5 megapixels and also offers wide-angle shots, but this time there is no need for another camera. Wide-angle shots are this time a software thing. The G6 comes with the Android Nougat 7.0 firmware and with the LG UX 6.0 user interface. The LG G6, as well as every other modern Android device, is equipped with a wide range of connection options. The device that we have here for our test is a single SIM device, but the dual SIM device is also available. GSM, UMT, and LTE connections are supported as usual, so the theoretical maximum download speed is 600 megabits per second, and for the upload it is 150 megabits per second. USB Type-C cable is used for charging and data transfer, and it comes in the package with the device. We also have a 3.5mm audio port. One of the advantages of the G6 is that it supports storage expansion through the microSD card up to 256GB. Considering the massive screen, it needs to have a good battery. Compared to the LG G5, the G6 has brought huge improvements regarding battery capacity. 3,300 mAh compared to the last year's 2,800 mAh. This time we have a non-removable lithium polymer battery. The results are indeed better, so the phone can run up to 72 hours in standby and around 22 hours using the 3G network. As we have previously mentioned, the Quick Charge 3.0 is also supported, and it offers 50% charge in about half an hour and full charge in 90 minutes. The LG have entered 2017 with great middle-class phones. When it comes to the premium class, however, we think that the G6 just doesn't have what it takes to beat its competitors from Samsung, Sony, Huawei, and HTC. The best points of the G6 are its design and the screen to an extent, because although on paper it seems fascinating, in practice the colors just seem undersaturated. The sharpness and other viewing parameters are excellent, the chassis quality is also a plus, as well as the water resistance. One of the biggest flaws of the G6 is its chipset. Although the Snapdragon 821 is a very capable chipset, it just cannot compete with the Snapdragon 835, which the competitors have. Slightly obsolete camera sensors are somewhat improved with a very well-made camera software. Also, we think that the wireless charging being limited only to the American market is pointless. These flaws are just too great, taking into account that the G6 is in the same price range as its competitors.